brush my hair today. Alrighty now. Thank y'all. Welcome. This is Dynasty the podcast, and I am Ira Bush. I'm your host. It's episode 8 of whatever season I'm on with Dynasty the podcast. Correction. I don't want people to think that I misspelled Dynasty incorrectly. If you've been listening to any of the old stuff that I put out. The reason why I named it Dynasty is because that's what I wanted to name my daughter. So, I had to change, people know my mom taught me about how I can't tell y'all too much of the sauce of how to brand, but it's a little cool how it goes. But I had to drop the A, so just to make it a little different. But I know how to spell Dynasty, but this is how her name would have been spelled. And I think it's cool. So, and it's her birthday week. I'll give her a little outro at the end of the show. But this is a big show. I got a lot going on. Being Broward for the next few days. Well, probably a whole week. Because I gotta go see her. I gotta pull up on her birthday and all that stuff like that. And I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. Far as tonight I'm going to the gifted meeting down in Broward for the, whatever they got going on for the gifted. My child is gifted, so I will not be missing that. I will be getting more information. I will make sure she get established properly when she goes to middle school and just a mature young adult as a parent, and then just put her in the right position to win, in the right position to be successful when she going into the middle school. And I don't want her to start behind 8 ball. I want her to have choices. So, I want parents out there to know that they should be more involved the older they get, because the less they're going to want to spend time with us, the more they're going to want to spend time with their friends. So the fact that we put them in school and put them in institutions for K through 12, we got to make sure that we're involved. We got to make sure, things are properly done. And, her first 5 years, she was at the top of her class. She was an AB student, honor roll, across the board every year. So, I didn't have an issue with her with that. So, that's all I'm gonna say. Now what we're gonna be talking about today is, okay, I broke down, first and foremost, I called the mayor of Broward County over, they basically split it in half by district or whatever, but they call him the head mayor because he's located in Fort Lauderdale. His name is Bean Firm. And I told you I'm going to be going through every main city that I have real relatives. I have a lot of relatives in Florida and throughout the United States. So don't think I'm gonna get to you. Gotta be building blocks, but I'm gonna start with my child first. And I already been going in and out. Palm Beach is trying to cut me completely off from communicating with these people that sold me out for far as me being a coach, far as them having a child or a son that hasn't worked out for him, far as football, or far as him being an athlete, or far as him being a coach. The good old boys, they want to put their kids in position, and I'm not in my home city, so I kind of dominated the field as a young coach, and I did pretty good as a player. I didn't even graduate in Palm Beach, so I don't know what their problem is. I was in my home area, so it shouldn't have been a big deal. I got a little bit of hate over there for that too. They didn't want me to play the position that I was already good at. But I didn't care. I was a team player, and I ended up just following, doing what I wanted to do, which is coach. I have a bigger plan as far as me just coaching, so it wasn't a big deal as far as these people hating on me as a coach. I've coached 3 different sports already, and I won in all 3 of them. I went to a championship. Prep for all, especially for the youth. I won all 3 levels: softball, basketball, and football. And when I went to high school, I did a great job of getting them players into college and preparing them for the next level as far as the athlete, and just instilling certain wisdom in them. So I'm never worried about what this and that. And like I said, if you go to the first original school for high school, you're gonna see at least 10 of my players, and you're gonna see and you probably see 3 or 4 more that should be up there. and it's just like I dominated the field as a young coach, and I'm still dominating in life. And I don't care what what people may do or may say or how much money they got. It don't matter. What matters is how much light you put in people and how much life you still have to give, and continue to manifest your dream and destinies. I don't care who think they got what. It don't matter. And like I said, the mayor of Fort Lauderdale is being firm. His number is 954-357-7006. He did not answer the phone. Like I said, do y'all job. I called after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And the guy that's over Pompano Beach, his name is Mark Bogan. I'll see you tonight. See you tomorrow afternoon or evening, whichever what time it was. It was 1 to 6. They got back-to-back meetings, so I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna put my paperwork in and speak for my 3 minutes. And I'm not gonna really go out. I'm just coming for the information more, but I am breaking down these agendas, and I'm gonna break down these consent agenda. It's called. They had 10 consent agendas that they're going to be talking about at the meeting. So I'm finna give it to you out here live. And, I'm gonna go in there and speak on. I ain't really got nothing to say. I'm just finna go listen more. So, when I go in there, I'm gonna go in there based off my agenda. My agenda is the youth. My agenda is making sure the kids got something to do. And what their agenda seemed like, they want to pat somebody. They got so many specific consent. What is a consent? A consent agenda is you giving somebody permission, and they got people names all in these agendas. And I'm like, are they tax-paying player people? But I'm a tax-paying parent, and my child needs to be getting more. They got 2 codes, that they claim that they're going to be helping the youth in summer camp, and they got the sheriffs working on it. But like I told y'all, Policy 1000, I got grinds the gears with Policy 1000 for these fake sheriffs and crooked sheriffs that was supposedly helping these schools. And you got to be safe on and off. You can't be selling people out. I don't stay in Broward, so when I came down there, this coming from way higher than this Kabini sheriff and this sellout halfway sheriff that done went to Girl Scouts, and whatever she did to get her stripes. I ain't even part of that. I don't put my time in. I don't sign up for Palm Beach County School Board. Did my 5 years. The CPR, what it is, the blood pathogen test, all the stuff the teachers got to do. I did that out the gate, so I didn't shortcut nothing. I had a 5-year certificate to be in these schools, and they might have shortcut some stuff now, but they ain't shortcut when I was in there. I was in there like a substitute teacher. So I ain't finna. And that was when I was 18. I was 19. I was 18 finna be 19. So I did that. I did that. You can't stop. You can't unremember or undo. It's funny to me because, and then like I say, I have so much success. I've done so many all-star games with some of the most highest rated players from middle school down to when they graduating it in Palm Beach. So, and we don't beat Georgia. We don't, this been right in my face. I ain't never missed no nothing. I didn't do the Georgia Florida game, but my staff was heavily involved when they first started doing that. And I wasn't like I said, I wasn't a weak coach on the staff. I was one of the better coaches. So, I take pride in my position, and when I coach, I've already elevated to, I was defense O-line first, and I'm just happy about the beginning of why I'm at this point of speaking in the community and speaking towards. I did a lot of stuff in high school, far as just knowing and studying politics, writing reports. That started when I was in elementary, and I've been writing, and I've been, I ain't never lost the ability to speak. I never lost the ability to inform. And I'm not talking about going out looking for, what somebody did. I'm talking about literally a problem being presented in my face, or me making sure my child is in the best position to win and in the best position to be protected while I'm not there. This is what I'm talking about. I don't got no other. I'm in the urban. I come from an urban background, so I don't have time to go. I know how the world works. They push us in certain situations to put food on our table, and they haven't done a great job. So when I go through these codes today, and I don't know if they're code, they're numbers, so I'm going to read the numbers and then I'm going to talk about them, and then some if I'll go into more details with some certain things. Like this is the agenda for tomorrow's what is it, commissioner, whatever they call it. It's gonna be, whatever little I'm finna go talk to them, and all basically, like I told you, the first code is, let me read it out loud to y'all because I got it right here. All right, this one is the resolute. This is a consent. Now, the definition of consent, I want to really reiterate what consent means. We are giving we the people, meaning not no, and whoever they counted on that board, I didn't put them up there. So don't come looking at me. I'm just the messenger, and I'm not a old. I'm not an old. I haven't been in that community. I was there when my child was birthed. I was working in the area in Broward when she, I was dating her mom. It wasn't like I was coaching in the area. I coached against I was the opposer against the teams. I was there. You know what I'm saying? So I also, when I coached the FBU, I had a lot of players from the Parkland area and from the Fort Lauderdale area, and the kids that I played against me that I won a championship. A lot of my my captain, they knew a lot of those. They from Broward, so it wasn't like I wasn't just like I wasn't. I'm good over there. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like it's really like I ain't got no quarrels with the people, but make sure y'all really tapping in. Make sure y'all understand y'all finna start having kids. That's been them wild. I've been like 10 years ago when I really 10 or 12 years ago when I really went back as myself as a young adult. And my mom been moved south, so she been in Fort Lauderdale area and all that. So all them areas know my sister. She got a lot of people friends from middle school and elementary she went to school with, so I don't have no issues with we the people. I'm talking about y'all. Make sure y'all paying attention and make sure y'all staying on track with y'all children. And everybody's children getting older. Most of our kids are going into the middle school range. I got a niece now, my daughter, now my nephew gonna be next, and the same thing on my, as far as my, we call them. They like my cut. They like my niece and nephew as well. I don't want nobody to get misconstrued and get it twisted. I care about them just as much, and I'm gonna be checking on those areas as well. I'm gonna be speaking on those areas, and I'm really not playing about them neither. So but I gotta do it step by step, day by day. I can't rule the world by one day. So, and we in Florida, we in such a big spot. I know they, it's so many. Like I talk about the main people, but like I said, I called these people this morning just to get some information. Like I said, I'm speaking in public, so I want to actually talk to the media contact, Kimberly Monroe. She didn't answer. I want to talk to her about actually speaking with these two so-called mayors of Broward and over Pompano Beach. I didn't really get a number for him, so when I get there, hopefully I see him. I shake his hand. I get to speak with him. And they usually, a lot of these places, they don't have these people. They be hiding under a rock, stealing from the people. And I'm gonna describe what I mean by them stealing. So just lock in with me, pay attention to what I'm trying to say. The first one on the consent agenda, it says a resolution of the Commission City of Pompano Beach approving to authorize the proper city officials to execute a license agreement between the city of Pompano Beach and the firefighters Benevolent Associations, utilizing the Oxford Park boat ramp to conduct a fishing tournament and weigh in. Okay, I kind of yeah, that's the first one. Okay, so like I was saying, that to me is irrelevant. I don't care about nobody getting no authorization for to provide a boat to conduct a fishing tournament and providing they need it's okay. What is the fishing? Who's over? This is the main thing. This is how I look at it. It's a consent that we they could go through. Are these people doing this? Are these people inviting the whole community that they're living in? Are they actually giving back to the community? Why are they using tax paying dollars to do a tournament if they only got this small little group of people. I don't mind. I don't have a boat. Everybody can't afford a boat, but I'm looking at it like, did y'all invite every kid in the community to y'all tournament to watch from the sideline? Did y'all at least go to every door to like say, hey, you guys, we got a boat tournament this week. Let's go out here. Did y'all pass out flyers to every part of your community in Pompano to make sure it's vibrant, to make sure people feel welcome and loved? That's what stuff I'm talking about. Who are these people? Like I already have a show. I already did a show and reminded y'all that I don't mind stuff like that. That sounds fun. I remember the first thing I did when I moved to South Florida, moved to Fort Lauderdale, is I went to I was in, I don't know what, I think I went to, I won't say the boy. It was a community center my mom signed us up to, and me and my sister went we went jet skiing. Yeah, jet skiing. So we was on the back. First week, because we went. I had two spring breaks that year. I was where I was located in Pinellas County, and then we moved south to Broward, and like I had fun. So I don't mind, and I felt part of the community. We had the robotics program down the street. We signed right up for it. We didn't end up going to the Boys and Girls, but we did for a week for summer camp. So we was very active in the community. So I know how Broward works. It's like, you can get with the right crowd, you get with the wrong crowd. They have a lot of arts programs, which the elementary was an arts program. I didn't stay for that long. I went to Sunrise. It wasn't really a magnet or nothing. It was just a regular middle school when I was younger, when I first went. So Barrow, I don't have an issue. There's plenty of stuff to do. You could find your niche, you could find your gift and go far with it. And there's so many people that come from that area that are talented. So I'm not against nothing that's going on in Broward. So hopefully they got the right people, but it seemed like they got these blood sucking people whose like only job is to like attack little children because their mom and dad is not able to watch them 24 hours a day. And this is the energy coming from Broward, and it's the same thing in Palm Beach, it's same thing, kind of in Miami-Dade area, like, but it's a lot of urban more space over there in Broward that like they ain't really going for all that really neither. So it all depends on what area you're in. And like my child been in her area since she's born. She's been living her whole life. So I don't see in her communities, they really like, I got a good friend. It seemed like his family kind of around, so they all kind of look like him. But he's in Broward, he's from Broward, so I respect that. I see that. I don't say too much no more. We all adults. I have to figure out how to be really like attuned with just being focused and being me. So, and I'm kind of doing that right now. Like I don't look at it as a bad or good thing. I just think that it is what it is. I'm not from Broward, but I appreciate everybody who quietly helps me and quietly, is observant of my child growth. And that's how communities are built, and that's how friendship is built over long term. So, I don't mind that, but just make sure we don't get carried away, because I do. I have a big like far as me putting, instilling in my child. It ain't never been nobody. I'm her father, so I don't want nobody to think they can even smell like they think they them. I don't even want nobody to think that ain't how it's going. That ain't how I was raised. That ain't how I'm really rocking. So that ain't the route. So, and like I said, she in school a lot. So, and we just gonna like I said, June 10th coming. I'm gonna be at these communities. I'm going to all this stuff coming up. Like I said, even if her mom decided to do something else, her dad is informed. She will be informed. I ain't really tripping. I suggest more dads get out there that might not be, that might have to just do it like I'm doing it and go out there and be active. So, you don't be left behind. You won't be feeling out of place, out of tune with your child. Because, it's the same information they're going to end up giving them, but it's just crumb them throughout the years and throughout the days and months. They don't really give it straight to them. So it's better that you're informed. So that's all. Like I said, I know I went off what I was talking about in the consent agenda, but you get what I'm trying to speak on. The second one, and the funny thing, they actually have staff. They got staff contacts for these certain one. The first one they didn't have a staff contact, but these other ones they do. So I read those staff contacts too. But these next two I actually don't have a problem with. Hopefully they following through. And I'm gonna read the second one. This the second one is code. It's code 25324. The staff contact is Mark A. Brio. I don't know how to and like I said, a lot of these people sound like they're in the Jewish community. Like all these people got these whole secret society groups that they've been around for hundreds of thousands of years. They be stealing and trying to do all kind of crazy stuff just to be attached to. I don't know where you from or who, what, where, but it's gonna stop at some point. Like it's coming to a stop, So, I hopefully you actually going by the right way. I've visited. I'll go. It's another day, another time for that. We're gonna keep it moving. It says a resolution of the City Commission of City of Pompano Beach approving to authorize the proper city officials to execute a first amendment between the City of Pompano Beach and Florida Champion Football League Incorporated to utilize athlete fields and various city parks and conduct a semi-pro adult football program, providing a effective date. I like that. Okay. Now, where I'm from, semi-pro was very big when I was younger. So, and my family was involved. My aunt was involved. My cousin used to go, before I even moved back. I was in a certain part of the Pinellas County, which is the county I'm from, I was raised in. And, I always love football. So I don't mind, football brings a lot of people together. And I don't know. The way Broward is, it's a lot of, it's very organized when it comes to football. It's so many, but they do be, that's what comes in with these people who want it for the money. So they be, the parks need $40,000 to, recertify and redo and blah, blah, blah. And it only takes 10,000. So where the other 30K going? I'm being very nice about how much I just said. So where the other 30K going? In a pocket, kicking it in the bucket somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be more mindful. And I don't mind a small pro league, but let's be more mindful because there's so many athletes, it's so many young athletes in Broward, and it could be used a little bit more towards them. And they do a good job, but it's like the staffing part. It's like the young people at 16, some people are not the greatest athletes. It need to be a program where, like a workshop for these young kids that's not the best athlete, to gear them towards being over the parts. And that's what kind of I seen the weakness coming. Well, it wasn't a real weakness when I was younger, when I was coming up, but I seen it was about to fall off. So it was like a change. We had to kind of we got to pick up the slack. As I waited a little minute. Like I've probably been like this for a long time. If you know me, like if you know my original plan, it will eventually happen because I put the time in as a coach. But it's like people took my idea and wanted to be theirs. Like you don't have the spirit or energy to even want to do this. Why are you trying to copy? Why are you trying to stop my plight? Why are you not just helping me do it and then work with me because you have a child? Like I don't get that at all. And it's like, well, my group of people don't like you. Like, so what? Like, they ain't nothing to me neither. Like, I don't even know them at all. Like, that's the type of energy I get in Florida. So it's like, I don't really care. Like, I have such a like I don't care attitude now because the type of stuff that has went on with me is like it's undescribable because it's not all bad, but it ain't great. It ain't even a little bit good. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's like right in front of bad. Like, like it's like you barely made it in. Like I'm like, no, but I put this much work in. Like you don't need no credit for it. I didn't need you at all. You just tag yourself in. Like that's how it is for real. So I be looking at it so much. It's like when it comes to like helping in the community, it's so funny to me. Like it's not a hard thing to do. Like me and my little sister are so like vibrant in these street in a positive way. No matter what we do when we go, like it's like we done played sports, we done did this our whole life. We done had so many, we still got very solid people that don't come around because the type of I won't say we moved away, so it's like the hate group. I would call them hate group. I already spoke on this. If you go listen to my previous shows, the hate group, the hater group, the haterade, the jealous, whatever they call themselves now, the fall off boys. I'm gonna make that a shirt. They fall off so hard they don't know what to do. So, hey, the fraud clan, whatever they call themselves now, man. Like I'm gonna speak how it is, but we're gonna get it worked out. And it comes from the top, man. The old ass hater club, man. It don't matter. Like they all part of it. It's state to state, city to city, you know. So I just look at it like that, man. Like you gotta be more mindful. I'm for that. Like I said, I don't mind. Hopefully, this semi football league is available. I think I like basketball a little bit more the older you get, but it's a very dangerous game once you get once you get past 25, 30 and you ain't been playing a long time. So, it's fun still though. Hopefully they get that solidified. Make sure you include that. You make sure you putting that time in and make sure you give it back. That's all I can say with you. Now, this third one's more geared to what I was just saying. It's code 25246. The same person, Mark A. Burrow, is the staff contact. And also Lillian Alvarez. Hate to put y'all on Front Street. Hopefully I see y'all there tomorrow, and we're gonna see what y'all really got to say on these things. And that's how it's gonna be. A resolution of the City of Commission City Pompano Beach approving the authorization to proper the city officials to execute an appropriation contract between the City of Pompano Beach and Broward County Sheriff's Office to support summer camp program in preventing youth violence, gang participation, anti-bullying, and their legal consequences, providing an effective date. The fiscal impact, $23,000. That don't sound too bad, but let's reiterate what they just said. Preventing youth violence, gang participation, anti-bullying, and their legal consequence, and anti-bullying and their legal consequences. Okay, now what I wrote on that, it says, this is all I got to say. Ask before they start saying that don't join no gang, don't have nobody supporting you, because they call any group of urban black and brown people a gang now because of what they be listening to in rap, and they try to tie this person to that person, and they be out there playing football and basketball half the time. Now they might be a little over aggressive, they might feel supercharged about the music they listen to, and it might be a family or relative that they listen to, or somebody famous that they know or they look up to. But you cannot tie them to that because they listening to these people. That does not make any sense. That's why y'all got the warning, explicit warning this. Like y'all already did all that police trolling and all that in the 90s, in the early 80s, actually. So the late 80s, early 80s, whatever time they was been doing all this war on drugs, bull crap they trying to basically throw out there in this small manner. And I ain't against sheriffs. I actually understand what sheriff's supposed to actually do. The problem is the sheriffs not doing what they supposed to do. They done sold out. They done stole too much. They don't want to share. They out here hating. So the cops and robbers game we used to play is really the sheriffs and people game. They all the same. They just got a little badge, a little bit of authority. They're supposed to protect the people with money. They're not supposed to be out here doing all this crooked. They is real bad off in Broward. I cannot tell you how bad off it is with the sheriffs. But they already got paid off, so they mad because the people in their own community like, hey, we over here, we still, we ain't unhappy, but they ain't what y'all already get paid. You getting paid your salary and you getting paid on the side for extra activity like this. So what are y'all mad about for? And it'd be more than that if you really want to know. And I'm just being like on a tip where these people like. I'm gonna tell you a story. Okay, and they couldn't wait. It ain't even been 5 years. They couldn't wait though. And I know for a fact. okay, I'm gonna say it just like this: the bond that my grandfather's father has, his bond. My dad is associated with his dad. I'm associated with my dad, and they very disrespectful. Cause my dad already ascended, and they very disrespectful with his name. There might be some in-house going on, but it wasn't as bad. They just took it and ran, and it was going on before he passed, and they attacked him. They did so much because he didn't go to the whatever war was, the Afghanistan one. But it wasn't like we didn't have, it was so much that I understand now, and they blew it up, made it so small and minute or some petty junk. They mad because my dad decided he didn't conform and go be a soldier, but we didn't need to. It was already happened 2 generations. I'm one step when I picked to be coach, and I definitely know a lot of my players done JROTC. They ain't know where to fight. They already was one when my grandfather went. So it ain't nothing they even go to. So, and they made up that one with they started that war because they blamed a whole bunch of people. Yo, man, I don't even want to talk about it. It's like it's a joke to me, kind of. So, not a joke, but it's like, what do you want me to do? I'm one person. Like, I'm only here defending my family. So, and it ain't no small task or topic. It's a big task and topic. Like, y'all over here talking about Russian and bring it back. Man, they don't say, man, these people don't say, these people they don't even know how I be wanting to. There's like, what are y'all actually discussing? Y'all got all these people over here from these other countries, and y'all ain't even take care of people over here correctly. And y'all been messing up stuff for years since since my great grandmas and stuff. Like, y'all ain't been doing that properly. But now we can visually speak and see. It ain't nothing that you can't. I ain't really. What I wanted to do when I went to sit with my grandfather last time, all that slander they did, I couldn't really talk to him properly because it was so much slander. And he's a very high ranking, a very official person. But I ain't really tripping. It's getting out there. I'm just gonna get situated, and I'm just gonna say that y'all attacked my mother and my sister very bad in this county. I'm just gonna say it just like that. And y'all know y'all attacked my child in Broward. So I'm just like, I'm just happy I'm as strong as I am. I'm happy I went to top to bottom of the state, and I don't really, I still want to coach, and I don't really want to coach in this area that bad, but I got the coaching like urge. Like I said, they delayed and put so many borders up for me not to have my center, not to earn, not to continue to be a successful coach. And I'm still a successful coach, but I'm telling like, it's so much that I be thinking about reading this sheriff. He wants to stop gang. Like, what we supposed to do? Stand alone and just wait till y'all run us over with your crooked sheriff cards? And like, I just went up here tried to get my get more. Palm Beach County is so funny to me. Broward is too. But like, I went up here to get I just told this story the other day. Like, I went up here to get my fingerprints to do the basketball league over here at the community center where I'm at right now doing my show, and in the studio. This is a studio, and I look at it like they wasn't there on time. Mind you, these people, I don't know what they mind or their issue or their thought process on it. I don't even know why y'all think y'all supposed to be entitled. You didn't even come time on 8 o'clock. You came 9, 10 o'clock. I had to come back. And when I set the appointment, they ready to do fraud. They sent me, okay, I do like, sometimes I'll go pop in and do, I'll work a day labor job to pay my phone bill, whatever it may be. And they don't stop that because they done did too much. They just want me off the books. And then they sent me a text. I'm going to apply, and this I don't know if I replied for this one, so I didn't want to say that this is old, but I feel like they just doing too much with my name, and it's like, put some respect on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been in the shadows doing no creep flaw junk to nobody in this area. I don't care what kind of Houdini magic show they want to do and say they know. I do not care at all. I have way more people that will vouch for the complete opposite of your lies. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I'm speaking on it, and I don't care about what you got going on still. I'll find something to do. For real. So, I be laughing about that. But, like I said, hopefully the sheriff people understand that they cannot be, this is not the time to be untruthful. This is not the time to go against the grain of the youth. This is not time. You have to align yourself properly, and you got to actually be genuine about helping these people. You don't go down that path that the old guard had, and make sure, you protecting the people that are worth something, not the people that are just stealing. Stealing money is not making you worth anything. I do not care what you say. You cannot steal nobody's social and go over here. I can't even talk about what it really is. We're gonna move on. They said that, and there are legal consequences, so hopefully they speak on all these things. Now, number 4, a resolution of the Commission of the City of Pompano Beach approving Code 25298, a resolution of the City Commission of the Pompano Beach, Florida, approving the authorization of submission grant application in the state of Florida Department of Management Service for the purpose and award authorizing of the city manager to accept funds and executive all appropriate documents providing an effective date. Okay. I don't know about y'all. I done pulled up to Riviera Beach City, y'all. I done pulled up to West Palm Beach City, y'all. I go in there. They got this court-appointed sheriff guy. Make sure you're not bringing nothing in. Making sure, everybody's up there in their offices. Whatever, yada, yada, yada. They make it seem like they're so important. They already have their hidden agendas before they get into office. So they do not want to actually help people. They actually want to just do what they was told to get that position. So my job is, these people, what this person named that they put in staff contact, if you guys want to actually reach out to the staff contact for that code, is Gene Zamowski. This guy's some German, Russian, these people come from different countries and they got positions in America and Broward. They're stealing broad daylight. I don't know if he's actually from any of those countries. I'm just, when I hear Zamowski, I sound like he's from a completely different country than America. So, all I can say, man, is, are we selling completely out? Are we helping Americans that been here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years? Which I've been here for, generations, been here for a long time. So, hopefully they ain't doing nothing ill to my child. And I'm going to, like I said, this is step by step, day by day. I'm not selling nothing out. I never, and like I told you, if I need something, I'm just going to go get it. I'm just tell you straight up what it is. I don't got time to argue and go back and forth. And if I did something that they deem worthy of me, going to jail, it ain't gonna be no felony. It's gonna be just let me sit for free. Like y'all don't. I don't. I could either way. That's how I look at it. Like, I don't have time to stress over food. Y'all don't even want me to get food stamps. Y'all done did so much fraudulent activity. Like, I've been here my whole life. I'm still me. Everybody associated with me could say they know me. Not nobody that don't like me or know me cannot say they like me or know me. It's that simple. It don't even need to be hard. If you're doing some ill shit to me, you can't associate with me. I don't care how many people you tell to do it. It gets back to you. So everybody in your line gotta find something to do. But for real, man, it ain't like if you family or you a real friend of mine, like it ain't nothing like in-house stuff can be handled in-house. I know it's big and all. I know everybody done branched out and did some kind of public, whether it's rapping, whether it's playing sports, rap, whatever it may be, whether it, like, you standing up, you anything in the community, like, don't matter. Like, I don't mind. Like, I'm not no selfish person. I've never been that. I'm not that no, look, I'm not selfish. Like I told y'all, I'm not selfish, but I definitely ain't that many people that's coming in here. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't accepting anybody coming in here. That's just how it's gonna go. You gonna eventually get thrown way off. You're gonna get thrown so far off, you're gonna be like, dang, I'm still falling. Yes, you stepped in the wrong skyscraper. That's how it is for real. Like, okay. And yeah, so let me get back to what I was saying. Yeah. Resolution of the commission in the city of Pompano Beach approving authorized submission grant. Now, when I was talking about grants, I'm not okay. I was there, I've been in Broward, but I don't have establishment far as I'm definitely nonprofit, definitely. That definitely ain't that's already been that's in the system. I don't care what they hollering about. Elite Youth Association still Elite Youth Association. It is what it is. And I got real stats up here. So, I got other stuff that goes hand in hand with nonprofit. I got others, it is what it is. Now, I don't have a building yet. I could actually put it in, but like I told y'all, so many people who feel like they're entitled to my success. They have called themselves, you know, I don't know what they call repossess. It ain't been 5 years. That's all I can tell you. They call themselves going over here and being mad because I ain't paid a little 250 fine. Leave mine alone. I'm gonna get it done. Just leave it alone. Let's mind yours. I'm coach. I'm Coach Bush. I'm over Elite Youth Association. You ain't that. You whatever you said you was gonna be whatever you wrote down when you was a child, or I wrote what I was gonna be down when I was a child. I wrote down, reread it, reorganized it over time, all that. That happens all the time. So you gotta find what you want to be, not me. You can't be me. You didn't go out there at Forest Hill, American Heritage, Woodmont Summer Camp, American Heritage Summer Camp, Olympic College football, name it. Tallahassee softball team, recreation. The OKC Thunder. We won. We Boca Jets champions. 14 players. Like FBU, you was not there. That was me. This is why I'm Elite Youth Association, because everybody that did those is Elite Youth Association. If they with me, they Elite Youth. That's it. It's that simple. You can't come. Oh, let me cherry pick up. No, bro, go get your mind right. Go over there, find something. Go be the case somewhere else. You ain't coming over here messing that up. Like I said, I got a child. I have nieces and nephews. They just like mine. You know what I'm saying? Across the board. So, and like I said, they parents is basically my brothers. Like that's how I go. Especially at this age, you can't be. I don't got time to be going back and forth with nobody now. Everybody that called themselves going against me got to stay against me and got to find their own way. And when it comes, I want to talk about relationships so much. It's like with females, I don't get offended. Hopefully it didn't get to the point where you feel like you got to go against my female relatives, but when it comes down to really like me holding a grudge against a female, it would never happen. I'll get over that in less than a day. So don't ever think that it's never no female. I'm not stunned. Any female I ever been around or befriended, I might not want to see what you're doing because it sound, I don't like being around that. I call men that gossip boys. So when a girl start gossiping and talking about something, that ain't what I'm on. You feel me? So, and I'm into fashion. I'm into sports. I'm into all that. Like I said, this is a podcast for this. It's real talk for this. And that's all it is. I don't hold grudges. I ain't a jealous person. So you can't get me off mine. And any men that don't like me, I don't like you times 10, buddy. Like, oh well, like not don't like, but I'm not stun you times 10. How about that? It ain't a like or dislike. I'm not even stun you. You gotta figure it out. But let me continue, man. I'll hold it all up, man. It's been too long. I don't want to go too past no hour. Like I said, those are the people you get in contact with. Those are the codes. If y'all want to pop in there, if you're in the Pompano area, you're a friend of my child, your mom, or you're a parent that knows my child, and you on the same type of energy. I'll be there. You can shake my hand. You don't have to shake my hand. You can just get informed like me, or whatever it may be. So yeah, that was the grants, about the grants. Yeah, just like hopefully I can eventually get some grants from them if I stay in the area. If I don't, if I move on, If I'm sick and tired of talking to these people and beating them upside the head for just being frauds and whatever it may be. But we're gonna get there eventually. We're gonna have a Elite Youth Association Center. It's gonna happen. Now, number 5, 25,300 is the code. A resolution of the City Commission, Pompano Beach, Florida, approving and authorizing the proper city officials to execute a state highway lighting maintenance and compensation agreement between the city of Pompano Beach and the state of Florida. The Department of Transportation for lighting improvements in the various streets within the city, providing effective date. The resolution and commission of the city of Pompano Beach changing the destination of the certain right highway within the city of, oh, I think I read. Excuse me, I went to number 6. But the fiscal for number 5 was 448,000 in revenue. So let's say they making money off that maintenance and compensation agreement between Pompano Beach and the state of Florida Department. Now, a lot of those stuff, it's a lot of little like toll action going on, a lot of little ways they can make money, and they sharing pretty good with the way they set up the tolls in Broward, and they not really like it's like on auto pay, and I don't think that people mind it because there's so much traffic, and that's what that sounds like to me. They might be making more lights that's like that takes you a quarter or 50 cents or whatever it may be, these little, you know, how Florida design, we got you got the US one, and you got the, you know, the road 70 and 71 when you going back to Bradenton from south, and all those little 441. They got a lot of you could probably tow that road all the way from Lake Worth all the way down to Broward. So, you know, they probably just figuring out how to, you know, put a couple dollars in, and it ain't. And a lot of people, that road probably don't need to be messed with because of so many lights. But you know, they get money off the tickets. You know, they got the little camera lights, but people was complaining about them actually stopping and just being over the line, and then, you know, people started complaining. And all those stuff that they've been doing in Florida. I don't really mind those quarter and 50 cent. Most people get mad because they have to waste time and actually pay those couple dollars, which, you know, over it'd be like $23. They let it add up over time. A lot of this stuff happening going to work, all that stuff like that be like $20 to $40 depending on the travel distance. You know, we got they already got it's not a stop when you down in south for the what's that road? They got it on 95, but it's the other one, the turnpike. So yeah, you know, they got, that's all it is. They make revenue off that. I ain't mad. You go when you go where I'm from, 275, 70. When you go 275 across the Skyway Bridge, we got our toll right there. That's $1. And you go the other way, it's $1 going all the way, you know, going through Tampa Bay City and all that. Pasco, you know, the old school way. They've been building on that stuff. But it ain't like they need the money. It's just like that's how they're gonna earn in the future, because so many people coming out here that think they should steal from Florida Indians, the original Floridians, make them poor, make them out of place. And you know, we gotta stop that type of stuff, that type of activity going in my generation. We gotta make sure people don't come down here and be destructive. So, you know, like I said, I don't want another fiasco. All those New Yorkers coming down here from, I'm not dissing no New York people. I'm not dissing nobody from East Coast, and I'm saying New York because I actually respect a lot of people from New York. It's just that simple. And I'm being like not trying to go at nobody I don't know. So, like I said, I keep it in house, and I'm telling you, like, it's respect. But you know, it's the whole East Coast. It's Maryland people coming out here now thinking, you know, they entitled to something, and you're not. I didn't sell nobody. I don't know nobody from Maryland. I only got a great aunt in that area and a big cousin, and he protected family from over that way, and she protected family from over that way. And I don't really got time, you know. Actually, a couple aunts, you know, and real, you know, close relatives for my mother and my father, and you know, I don't look at it like, you know, I don't owe nobody. You know, I don't think I do. If I do, let me know. Yeah, you know, that's all it is. And that's all. So when we come towards, you know, that's all I got to say. I ain't finna hold y'all. I only read 5. I don't want to be on here all day. I said what I had to say. I need to get to the the NBA highlights and whatever, and shout out my child her for her birthday. I ain't singing happy birthday, but I'm gonna tell her happy birthday and give y'all, y'all can sit here or something, imagine it. I'm not gonna go there because y'all really get carried away around here, or wherever y'all doing it at. Y'all that and y'all bases. Let me see, man. But yeah, man. All right, and that's it for the hopefully you make it. Pick y'all phone up. I won't be dissing y'all if y'all picked y'all phone up. I would have been more able to speak more highly of you. I would have been able to set up a time where I could speak to you. Besides, where I'm finna go to the meeting tomorrow, and I don't know what kind of media contact y'all gave us. She didn't answer the phone. This is media. This is important because my child is in Broward. She goes to school down there. And that's all I got to say. Like, I don't have nothing, this is a concerned parent. This is a concerned resident of Florida. And that's all I can say about it. And yeah, so let's continue. NBA playoffs. Let's have a little fun. Let's have a little dissecting of the playoffs. Now, OKC, they evened the series last night against Denver. They got the 5-point win on the road. I think this series will go 7 games. I didn't get to watch, but I don't, like I said, I had way other stuff on my mind, way other stuff that people think they could do to me. Yada yada yada. Y'all get the drift of what I'm speaking out loud for. Now, now the thing is, I feel like I think OKC gonna win. But it's just so tough to go. It's gonna go say I think I'm definitely gonna go game 7. It just all depends on how those young players on OKC step up, and the how if Westbrook and Jokic and the whole core, they young groups they don't have a bad young group or core. Like, I feel it's about even, but it's like it all depends on who's making the shots and who's defending. That was a low scoring game. It was 92-87. Both of those teams average in the 110 plus range in the all season, in the regular season. So it all depends on what's gonna happen. They going back to OKC. They're on their home court. I'm not picking the game. It's both of them won on each other's court. So we're gonna have to wait and see, and it's gonna be it's gonna be exciting, and that's pretty much it for that. Now, the other game yesterday was when Indy played Cleveland. They beat them had a 20-point blowout. They took the series 3-1. They up 3-1. Y'all see how that series going. Indiana had the better preparation. I think they got better coaching. They got more depth on. Clearly, the X's and O's is an outmatched. I don't know if the Cleveland coach gonna stay there. I didn't like the way the games that I watched. I didn't like the way he prepared. I don't think he's an elite coach. I don't think he's at the ability, that level, because they got the player, they got the big man. I love their big man in Cleveland. So if you could formulate a plan besides giving it to Donovan Mitchell and let him score 40 whatever points and not play no defense, because that's the problem. They're not starting on the defensive front. They're not going through their big man. They're not being physical. They're not running them guys on the perimeter, making them run into their big man, going out triple, double screens the whole game. I don't care how long it takes for y'all to start hitting jumpers or feed Allen. Just slow to Allen and Mobley. Just be more physical with them two guys. I don't know if they're injured or not. They don't seem like they're injured when I was watching, but they being like they playing right into the ability, because the Indiana big men are very athletic. Turner's pretty nice. He matches up well against Allen, so it might be a little bit of a task. But if they do a lot of pick and roll action and get them out of their zones and make them scramble a lot more and actually drive and finish at the rim instead of doing all these finesse layups and missing mid-range jumpers and all kind of stuff I've seen, I just know it's probably the same stuff that was going on, but we're going to keep it moving. All right. Hopefully, they come back, make it an interesting series, but I think they get this shouldn't take more than 6 games from my standpoint. I think Indiana got enough experience and just a better coach. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that on take. Tonight's game, we got Boston and New York. New York is in at home, up 2-1. Can they even the series? Is like what's gonna happen? Boston was up 20 points the first two games that the Knicks won. And I think, Boston definitely played way better last game. And it was a lot more physical, a lot more crisp. I think New York, they celebrate a little bit too much for me. I don't really trust the team. I don't like the way they be yelling, and there's so much energy, not focused on the task. Like y'all still gotta win two more games. Y'all still going against the defending champs. I know you gotta be excited and hyped, but don't waste your energy. Like be focused, be locked in all 48 minutes. Like everybody coming off the bench, you can't miss them easy jumpers. It's like you remember the Space Jam when they got repositioned, like that first quarter, the second quarter, they was like repositioned, like they didn't look too good. They was very out of whack, and hopefully they get their mind right and less celebrating, more dominating. And I'm the same thing I was saying last time, just like go out there dominate with your big man. Go out there and two-man pick and roll. Go out there. Mikal Bridges actually is a very big bitch match. And he could do a lot of damage with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum playing defense. I don't know if they're gonna start him, but he was a star player. He was the number one player at Brooklyn. He's coming off the bench in New York. So I don't know what kind of changes. He's a 6'6" shooting guard, plays guard 3-3-1, switch on all of them. He could post up, he could play forward and in front and forward and all that. So he got long arms. I don't know. I like him a lot on both sides of the ball. So somebody got to step up. Somebody got to be a leader to even try to defeat Boston. I think they woke up. So they got a lot of veterans on the bench. White, you got Al Horford still on the team. Christoph Prince, whatever his name. I don't want to butcher it. Ooh, that was random. But I don't want to butcher his name. But yeah. And we got the T-Wolves, and we got the T-Wolves versus Golden State. And like I was saying, Steph Curry's injured. I think T-Wolves have the advantage now. And it's very obvious that they had the advantage. Hopefully, those old wily veterans over there and Golden State can pull something out, or they can, keep the series interesting. But I still like the youngest on the T-Wolves. And I think the Minnesota definitely going to win overall. Just that them having that advantage of their star player on the other team is not being able to play. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna see what's happening, and that's pretty much it. My outro today, man. Shout out to my daughter Anaya Melanie Bush. I love you. I care about you. I know you probably in school. You're having a good week. You're gonna have a great week. It's gonna be great for you for the rest of your life if you live. You're gonna have prosperous. I'm proud of you. Hopefully I get to, we get to enjoy your birthday right on your day, and you can have, hopefully your mom has something big planned for you the weekend. Y'all celebrated last weekend. It don't matter. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm appreciative of all these, everything the biggest gift you have is your child. And I know that I'm only on guard about my child right now. Being that I'm not in the house with her 24 hours or in we're not together. So my only mindset is make sure my family is protected and doing well. I don't, any hoodoo voodoo y'all might think y'all doing, that's completely different from me protecting and being in this realm, in this world. So, and that's all I know. And that's all I could tell y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Shout out to the rest of my family. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. And that's it. This is Dynasty. I'm your host, Ira Thomas Bush IV. This is Dynasty the Show, the podcast, the Dynasty, the podcast show. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all. Tune in. Probably do a show tomorrow. And it all depends. Thank y'all for listening.